Okay, so we're going to talk about inequalities. So if you watched the last video, it was on equations. Inequalities, we can solve for inequalities the same way that we solve for equations. Inequalities are different because equations say that an expression equals another expression, whereas an inequality says that something may be greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, greater than or less than something else. So let's look at number 1. It says, which of the following is a solution to the inequality? It says 5x is greater than 30. Remember that the 5 is the coefficient, the x is the variable. That means that 5 times something is greater than 30. We could take our answer choices, plug it in, and see which one makes the statement true. So let's work it out though, because I'd rather work it out so that we know how to solve for a variable. Okay, remember that the coefficient and variable mean that we need to do the inverse, which is division. It cancels and divide. So x is greater than, and then how many times does 5 go into 30? Or 5 times what is 30? And that would be 6. So that means that our answer choice has to be greater than 6. Okay, that does not mean that 6 is our answer choice. It does not say greater than or equal to. It just says greater than. If we look at this, is 0 greater than 6? Nope. Is 6 greater than 6? Nope. So then look at C. Is 20 greater than 6? Yes. Is 100 greater than 6? Yes. So that means if I were to plug in 20 or 100 in for x, it would make the statement true. So if we were to do that 5, our x we're subbing for 20 is greater than 30. Okay, 5 times 20, that would give me 100. 100 is greater than 30. Is that true? Yes. We could do the same thing. 5 times 100 is greater than 30. So that means 500 is greater than 30. Is that true? Yes. So our answers are C and D. It says choose all that apply. Okay, number 2, it says the inequality G is greater than 80 represents the minimum grade, which is represented by G. G is the grade necessary to make the Beta Club list. Whose math grades will qualify them for the Beta Club? Okay, you need to look at the table to the right. And when we look at the table, we can see that student A made a grade of 95. So if we look over here, our inequality, our grade has to be, the G stands for grade, our grade has to be then higher than 80. Is the student A's grade higher than 80? Is B higher than 80? C and D. Hint, it says greater than 80. Does that mean that the student can make an 80 and be in Beta Club? Okay? Think about that when you answer the question. Which of the following is the solution to the inequality? Same thing, we need to do the inverse operation. It must make the inequality true. Once again, you're going to circle all that apply. So something plus 5 needs to be less than 55. You have 4 choices, and you just pick all that apply. Okay, for the next one, it says write the inequality to represent each situation, then graph the inequality. It says children ages 6 and under qualify for free admission. Okay, do I know exactly how old the child is? No, so I'm going to use a variable. So the child's age, it says you must be 6 and under for free admission. So my age, the age of my child has to be less than 6. But hold on. It says the child's age must be 6 and under. So can the child be 6? Yes. So we need to include that equal to sign under there. So children ages 6 and under. So the age of the child must be less than or equal to 6 for them to have free admission. If we were to graph our inequality, remember this thing over here is our number line. So we're going to put 6, 7, and 5. If it has the line under it, that is a closed circle. And which way is our arrow going? Our arrow is going to go to the left because it's less than 6. Okay. Okay, to enter the school dance, you may not be older than 14. Which answer choice represents this inequality? Okay, to enter the school dance, you may not be older than 14. You cannot be older than 14, but can you be 14? Yes, so that might help you out with your answer choice. Notice it's kind of hard to see. A and B are closed circles, and C and D are open circles. Okay, solve the following inequalities and graph. Let's do number 7. Okay, what's it mean when a number is beside a variable? It means to multiply. The 3 is the coefficient. The x is the variable. Inverse is division. Now I'm going to bring my x down, keep my inequality sign the same, and 27 divided by 3, or 3 times what is 27? And that is my 9. If I were to graph it, 9, 10, and 8, which is open circle going to the right, okay? You need to solve 6 and 8 yourself. You can do number 9 by yourself. And number 10, it says a sales associate at a computer store receives a bonus of $100 for every computer he sells. He wants to make $2,500 in bonus next month. Write and solve an inequality to find the minimum number of computers he must sell to make his goal. So his goal is what? His goal is to make 2,500. This is his goal. Does he want to make this, or do you think you would like making more as well? I think he would be fine making this or making more. So whatever he earns needs to be greater than or equal to $2,500. Okay, and we need to take into consideration this $100. How is he getting this money? He's getting this money by fixing the computers, receiving computers. He's getting the money from his sales of his computers. Do we know how much each computer sale is worth? Yes, each computer sale is worth $100. But do we know how many computers? No, that's what we need to figure out. We're saying that his computer sales, each one is $100. So in my brain, I'm thinking, if I make $100 for one computer, is that going to be greater than or equal to 2,500? No, because 100 times 1 is 100. So is 100 greater than or equal to 2,500? No. Okay. What if I sold 2 computers? Okay, remember repetitive addition is the same thing as multiplication. So I could sell 1 computer, 2 computers, 3 computers, 4 computers. So this is why over here I'm saying 100 times C, because I'm saying I get $100 for each computer. So if I took 100 and multiplied it by 2, would I be greater than or equal to 2,500? Absolutely not. So my goal is to write an inequality. My inequality would be 100. C is greater than or equal to 2,500. The solution is what I'm going to get for C. Okay, to get this answer, I'm going to have to solve for C. To solve, remember, I need to do the inverse operation. A number beside a variable means to multiply, so the inverse is division. And if I were to divide by 100, you need to figure out what 2,500 divided by 100 is. Okay, so I'll give you a second to think about that. Okay, so essentially these zeros will cancel, and so C has to be greater than or equal to 25. Okay, that would be the answer to this part of the solution, and then I just want you to graph it. Okay, if you have any questions or if you're still confused, please raise your hand and let me know.